Hey YouTube, this is Beantown Reviews. We are going to the movies today. We are going to see a movie about my childhood hero, Mr. Rogers, of course. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood premieres this weekend. It is right now Sunday, November 24th. So we're going to the movies right now, as we speak. So here we go. We're going to the movies. We're going to go see A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, starring Tom Hanks, and we're going to review it. The movie, the experience, sitting in the super luxe level. Let's check it out. Previews.
Doesn't mean they're unimportant.
I've loved you ever since I've known you, Joe. I couldn't help it.
Part of the movie. Mind blown. All right, we just got out of the movie. Incredible. Yes, indeed. It was amazing. I'm going to do a extremely short and sweet to the point review in the car on the way home, but I'm telling you, the movie was phenomenal. Okay, YouTube, I just got out of the movie theater. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood starring Tom Hanks. Incredible movie. I'm doing the review now while the movie is still fresh in my head. The film itself captured the essence of Fred Rogers, who he was as a person, his ideologies, his teachings, his lessons. It captured it phenomenally. Being a lifelong fan of the show, of Mr. Rogers, his story, it really did a really great job highlighting and capturing the whole philosophy and teachings of Mr. Rogers. What was really neat, the film actually had a couple cameo appearances from his wife, from Mr. McFeely. So pretty neat to see. They didn't speak in the movie, they just had a couple brief appearances, but at a very, very quintessential moment in the movie. So you gotta see it. It's incredible. I can't say enough good things about it. Make a grown man tear up a couple times. I would say 99% overjoyed. The heart was warm about the movie. I would say the 1% that made me kind of almost sad to see the movie is because everything that was going on in the movie was Tom Hanks doing the work and not Mr. Rogers himself. And it's one of these kind of movies that come out only after the movie, the person that the movie's being written about has passed away. So you're just kind of sitting there watching. Tom Hanks captured Fred's persona very well. The little quirkinesses that he did with his eyes, and he really captured him well. He did a good job acting as Mr. Rogers, but there's no substitute at all for Mr. Rogers, at all. So that was a little sad, just when you're watching the movie and he's talking about all these things we've heard Mr. Rogers say a million times, and it's Tom Hanks, not Mr. Rogers, saying it. There was a little Hollywood story tied in to the fabric of the movie, really to kind of, I think, up the emotional aspect in the movie, which was fine. I mean, it wasn't out of place, I don't think. But they had to make a feature-length movie about it. An hour and 46 minutes, I believe, was the runtime. So they had to throw a little bit of that in there as well. But overall, fantastic movie. I think definitely best movie of the whole year, hands down. The other thing that I liked about it too is they captured the moments when Fred was recording in the studio, on set, old school. So they used old cameras, and when you were watching Tom Hanks film those sections of the movie, the video quality looked a little subpar. Back in the early 90s, when he was kind of in the highlight of his career, movie production was not anywhere close to being where it is now. There was no 4K, there was no 1080p. The video quality was really poor. I mean, it wasn't poor, it was okay, but I mean, you could definitely see that when they were filming the Fred Rogers on set portion of the movie, they changed it up and degraded the quality of the video on purpose, so we could remember that feel when we watched Mr. Rogers on TV, and it was amazing. I mean, when the story of the movie was happening out in the world, they used the high-def Hollywood new special cameras, but when they were filming the scenes on set, when Fred Rogers was filming the opening sequence of the show, for example, they filmed Tom Hanks under a lower quality film, so it would really feel like as if you were watching it back then, which is really cool. Daniel Tiger, King Friday the 13th, and Prince Tuesday all made appearances in the movie, which was great. The original puppets, they took those out of the Pittsburgh Children's Museum. Not a lot of people know that, but those original puppets are actually on long-term loan from Fred's wife at the Pittsburgh Children's Museum. They don't advertise it, believe it or not. They do not advertise. So basically, this is kind of going off a little off tangent, but I like to tell people this because they're always shocked when I tell them this. But you go to the Pittsburgh Children's Museum, they don't talk about Mr. Rogers at all in the whole museum. You actually have to go to the top floor, the third floor of the Children's Museum in Pittsburgh, and you'll see all the original puppets from the show encapsulated in glass cases, which is remarkable. It kind of stuns you. You really have to kind of go and look for it, know that it's there, or stumble onto it by mistake, which I think is such a great way to do it. Because if they advertised it, they'd have everybody who's watching this movie this weekend pummeling the Pittsburgh Children's Museum, which is not what they wanted. So amazing movie. You got to go out and see it. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood starring Tom Hanks. A nice feel-good movie for the weekend, that's for sure. Come out of there in high spirits, and stay in the theater, by the way, when they run the credits, because about a third of the way through the credits, the original Mr. Rogers makes a debut and sings a song, so on the big screen, which is pretty neat. But that's about it. Again, I give the movie 2 thumbs up, because that's as many as I can give as a person. If I could give more, I would. Hey, this is Beantown Reviews. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.